I was a generalist. It was this sort of scarcity mindset that if I try and narrow my target area, I'm going to miss all these other opportunities that might come from different areas. But I learned through years and years of failure that if you want to build an attraction business, you have to be a specialist in this industry. This industry is very profile driven. You've probably noticed that there's a lot of highly skilled agents that have been doing it for 30 years, but they're still underperforming. And you think, well, hang on a second, they've been around for a long time and they know the business better than the other guy that's been doing it for 3 years, but they don't get the opportunities. Why is that? They don't have strong profile. We're talking about tech, the best way to build profile. I don't think there's ever been a time historically that you can communicate with a massive audience and target them even geographically using an iPhone and an internet connection. Why aren't we taking advantage of these things? How are you going to build profile? I would use social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I would be doing videos. I'd be doing reels. I'd look at interesting things like what's happening with the economy. Communicate that with your audience. It doesn't have to be polished. And then boost that content. I promise you that after the 10 videos, your profile and your following will grow dramatically. People will see you as the intelligent source of information. Build your profile through social media, sponsor the ads geographically in the areas that you want to target to reach the audience. I had one recently that I lost. Psychologically, it was a bit hard. In this business, you're going to get rejection. It's going to happen for the rest of your career, whether you're writing 300, 10 million, I don't think that changes. The ability to recover from that situation is really vital. When I lost a listing, it would take me a couple of weeks to recover. And this is the way that I have to justify it to make me feel better. It was the right decision for them at that time. And maybe if I took it on, it wouldn't have worked out and things would have gone wrong. And so this isn't meant to be. I accept that. And I believe that the universe will pay me back in different ways. So I've got to have a more positive attitude towards it. Sometimes the rejection of a seller is almost like an insult. It's as if your relationship with them is now completely ended. It was this whole venture of a year, and then suddenly they were like, oh, they said they could get this, so we've ended up signing with them. I was like, oh, that was heartbreaking. It becomes very personal, but it shouldn't be that way. Someone else gets the listing, they've out-hustled me. They've done a better job. They've had better communication. They've had a better pitch. They've convinced the vendor that they're a better option. So they deserve it. And hats off to them. Respect to that. That's the reality. I try and interpret that as a very valuable lesson. One that I'll take with me for years to come. So I might have lost this one listing, but I'll make sure that next time I don't make those same mistakes. Life is bigger than real estate. You're going to miss things. Shit's going to go bad. Let's be real. Get over it and move on. There's going to be another opportunity down the track. If other agents are listening to this that have been in the industry for some time, they've tried different things and nothing's worked, you start to question yourself, your ability. After 12 years of trying and failing, I did want to leave the industry because I didn't have a business. I had a failed business. There's no other industry that I'm aware of that you can come in as a nobody with no background, very little education, and within a few years make as much as what a surgeon would. What an amazing industry where there is no limit to where you could get. I didn't have the formula for so many years. I was chopping and changing, targeting too big of an area. I wasn't consistent. I was looking for the next listing and the next sale to keep me going. You have to be willing to make some sacrifices if you want to succeed. All I would ask someone to do is build relationships by sharing relevant data with your consumers and start to build a profile. It will take some time, but it does work. But the problem is discipline, because most people get complacent, procrastinate, and they say, I'll do those next week. I don't feel good. You got to start doing it before you start feeling it. And this is the biggest mistake I made. I was waiting for the moment that I felt right before I took action.
And the one thing is, it's very clear, Alex. The minute you do it, you will actually feel better anyway. So it's a no-lose formula.